everyone, Bob Hamill here, back at my house here in Wilmington, and time to do another show. Why? Because, hey, what else am I doing? I'm retired. I have nothing else to do. So, yeah, time to do another show. And it's nasty weather out there. It has been for about a week. We got our first big snowstorm. We got another one coming. So when that happens, what I like to do is to get the wood stoves going, get the fires cranked, get the house nice and warm, and make something good to eat. And what am I going to make today? I'm glad you asked. What I'm going to do is something that goes really, really well on a cold winter day, and that's a nice, hearty, rich, vegetable-laden beef stew. All right? So what's the process? Well, get stew beef. Stew beef needs to be floured and then sautéed, and so that you get that browning, that caramelization effect going. And then we add to that, we add beef stock and maybe some tomato if it needs a little bit of acid. And then you dump in a whole bunch of vegetables, cover it up, let it simmer for an hour, and you are done. So basically, it's a very, very quick procedure. Not a lot to it, but it takes a while because stew beef is a lot more, it's not as tender as some of the other cuts of meat. So it has to cook for quite a while to get the muscle structure to break down. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. I've got some all-purpose flour. I've got some garlic powder. This is maybe about a tablespoon. Going to add that, and about a tablespoon and a half of white pepper. So we're going to let that get together, start having a party, and mix it up. And we're going to use that to coat the meat. All right. So this is a bit of a process. Just take them, cover them. You know, now I took the beef, the pieces of the beef, and I cut them in half because I thought for two things. One, it's a little smaller to deal with. Okay, we're going to just pull these out by hand and dust them off a little bit. Your hands get a little dirty, but that's okay. That's what sinks are for, right? Just throw some more in. So you want to make sure you get the whole pieces of meat covered in the flour. Try and shake off the excess. What are you going to do with the rest of this flour? Yeah, I don't know. Just put it off to the side for the moment. All right, I'm going to clean up and then come back and we're going to start cooking. See you in a minute. Okay, I think we're just about ready. I'm going to get my oil heating just because I want to get it to prep a little bit. I'm just going to use some canola oil, enough to cover the bottom of the pan. All right, so what I want to do is I want to make sure that the flour isn't, there's not an overload of flour. If I could only speak, I'd be able to do something, right? So I'm just going to take these bits and kind of just sift them a little bit. Where am I going to put them? Oops. Be right back. Okay, there we go. Just going to take them and dump them there. This way, there's not a lot coming off it, but just want to ensure that we get, yeah, you'll see there's a lot coming out. So yeah, we probably got another tablespoon of flour that we don't need. So I'm going to clean this and then come back and we're going to start cooking. See you in a minute. All right, let's see what we got. That oil is getting pretty hot, which is good. Take some of these pieces, just drop them in. I'm going to turn that up a little. There we go. What's going to happen is the meat will saute a little. We want to get a crust on them, a sear on the beef. So that should take a few minutes. What else? While this is cooking, let's talk about what else is going in the stew. I've par-cooked some potatoes. I've got some, and also some squash. Squash, you know, isn't traditional in the recipe, but I like it because it gives it a little bit of a different texture, a different flavor. And we have some mushrooms, some peas, carrots, leeks, and onions, and parsley. And it will all go in nicely. So let's start flipping these pieces over. They're browning, which is nice. Doing what they're supposed to do. And you want to get them browned on all sides. All right, everything is cooking. Seeing some browning taking effect. So what the flour does is it is important as a thickening agent. Like potatoes are thickening agents. Say that 10 times fast. And same with the squash. It releases the starch, and the starch thickens the liquid. So that's the cooking lesson for today. I've got this heat at medium high, which is, I think, about perfect for this part. Later we'll bring it down for simmer when we have to start simmering. And I'm hoping too that with the beef being in a smaller size, it might not take an hour simmering. It might take less time than that. So we're going to check that out when we get to that point. And what also has happened is pretty much all the oil has been incorporated into the beef. So the pan itself won't be oily when we start putting everything together. So this is looking pretty darn good. Take it out. And then we're going to be putting it right back into the pot in a minute. Let's lower this down to about medium for now. And this is beef stock. Market Basket's finest. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get... I'm just going to use my spoon to try and get all those little brown bits incorporated into the broth. Because what's that? That's flavor. And you know what I say about flavor. Okay, so back goes the meat. Time for everybody else to go swim in the party. We've got our potatoes. Squash. Mushrooms. These are just regular button mushrooms. Just sliced them up. They'll shrink down a little bit in the cooking process. All right, reach over my island here. Carrots. This is 1/2 of a white onion and about half a stalk of leeks. Okay, everybody into the pot. The peas I'm going to leave out for a bit because they're so delicate that they will just turn into mush. Okay, everything is coated. I may even get some more beef stock after this starts to cook down. We'll have to take a look. So I'm going to bring the heat up to get it to starting to simmer, or actually I want it to boil, come up to a boil, and then down to simmer. And we'll see what happens. So let's cover this for now. I'm going to clean up. I'll be right back. Okay, it has been about an hour and 15 minutes, about 15 minutes longer than I thought it was going to take, but everything seems to work out correctly. The toughest part is the waiting, is to make sure that the beef is tender, and it has gotten to that point. So let's take a look. So here we have, I've added some peas to it. Everything is thickened up nicely. Get that really, really thick sauce. More than a, this is now a stew, not a soup. This is definitely looking good, and it's ready to go, and I think it's time to feed Elijah. So anyways, that's our show. It's good to see you. Come back. Next time we do another show, I'm Bob Hamill, and at our house, it's all about the flavor. So we'll see you again. Take care. Bye. And now a little parsley. And there we are.